Hello and welcome to Maximum Fitness. My name's Jeremy Dahlm, owner and trainer for Forever Fit Personal Training, and also a strength coach at the Livonia Senior Center. Today we're going to go over a video that's detailed in regards to senior strength training. So we're going to get started with our warm-up. Hands up high, knees up at the same time, just hands over the head. We'll do this for about a minute. Just going up and down. Usually 30 seconds to a minute's good. Helps get that full body going. Try to get your knees up there if you can. Arms up as high as they'll go. Okay, next we're going to go into something I call rockers, just back and forth. Generally do about 10 to 20 each side. It's all part of the warm-up. Okay, now we're just going to go into our high knees. Just pump those legs up, those knees up and down. Keeps that body going, get that blood moving. I like to do this with the class for about 1 minute. We're going to go about another 20 seconds on this one. Three, two, and one. Okay, now we're going to go into something I call the hip pipe leg extension. If you got your chair alongside, might be a good idea to step up alongside that chair and have something to hold on to. If you're good enough, you can go from a transition from your hand to your finger to no hand at all. So you just raise up your knee at your hip height leg extension. Start losing your balance, just hold on to the chair. If you think you're better than one hand, go to one finger. If you're better with no hands at all, just go put your hands on your hips. About 20 on each side. All right, good. Let's go ahead and switch sides. I like to actually switch sides with the chair too. So remember, you got one hand to one finger to no hands at all. Those are called progressions. All right, good. So now we're going to get our torso going, our obliques right here. Sometimes in class what we'll do is, if you have a partner, we'll go back to back and we'll do a dumbbell pass, passing it back and forth. Get a comfortable weight that you can both handle together without dropping it on each other's feet if you are going to do this one. So you want to make sure your partner gets a hold of it right here, but if you're doing it by yourself, it just looks like this. So remember, we're just trying to get our core movement going right here within the torso, taking our body into a transverse plane motion. See how I'm going back and forth? It almost looks like a golf swing. You can do this one, or you can do this one by yourself. See how I'm pivoting off of that foot each time? While taking my foot into, it's called triple extension, releasing the hips. And when you release the hips, you can get the core firing at the same time. Another one is this one right here, just like a golf swing. All right, excellent. And that includes our warm-up. Next, we're going to go into our strength routine. Hello and welcome back to Maximum Fitness. I just wanted to say that we've had increased interest in doing a strength training video during this pandemic, COVID-19, so you all could stay at home and be safe. So we're going to get started with our strength training addition to this workout. The first one we're going to do is called the standard chair squat with weights. You can either hold them up top here or you can hold them right here, whatever you prefer. So you're going to make sure you put your knees in line with the toes. Make sure you get that proper alignment. Once you get there, legs are hip width apart. You're just going to get up and down out of that chair while pressing through the heel. And then at the top, we're going to flex our glutes, just going into the pelvic thrust. So just like this, up and flex and tighten in the butt and then down. Flex and then down. Always remember, while we're getting down and up out of that chair, you have to breathe too. So the breathing part is as I'm coming up, as I'm putting pressure upon the body. I'm going to breathe out, then I'm going to breathe in on the way down. I'm going to breathe out again, and in on the way down. Let's do a couple more here. Generally about 10 to 12 is what we do in our class. All right, excellent. We're going to stay in that chair. We're going to move on to our next exercise called the concentration curl. So we're going to grab our weight, put the back of that arm right up against the inner thigh, just like so. You're going to go up one and then down 1, 2. So this is working our bicep right here. So up 1, then down 1, 2. About 8 to 12 reps on this is good. And the same thing on the other side. Up 1 and then down 1, 2. Almost there. All right, just one more. Okay, great. Now right from there, we're going to still stay in this chair and we're going to go into our overhead tricep extension. So we're going to take the weights like so, put them together. You can hold them together. They're easier to hold together if you got these like square-like ends on the weights. See how they hold together easy? If your weights are rounded, they're going to move around a little bit more on you, require a little bit more stabilization with your wrist and forearm strength. So you're just going to go just behind the head, then up, then over. Try to get that full extension. I understand a lot of you have arthrokinetic dysfunction with this lack of joint motion, which this is going to be hard for you to get all the way up there at times, but just do what you can. We'll do about 10 to 12 reps on this. So this is working our triceps, which is the back of the arm, the opposing muscle to the bicep. So right here. So we're just going to do a couple more. Okay, great. All right. Let's set our weights down, and we're going to get up from there. Then we're going to go into something I call a half jack. This looks like this. So this is good for balance and stabilization. While coming up on one foot, you're going to bring one leg out, and while the hands are coming up top. So just like a jumping jack, which is like this, so a half jack is like this. So that way we can maintain our balance easier without falling down. And another way you can do it if you feel like you're a little unstable is you can do one side at a time. You just go like this while holding on to the chair, while still getting some gluteus medius work as well. So this really hits that area here, which helps with stabilization of the adduction of the knee going inward. So it's a good builder for balance and stabilization in the lower ankle complex, as well as helps with gluteus medius strengthening right here on the side of the buttocks. So on the next exercise we're going to do is also a balance and stabilization exercise, and it's working opposite arm, opposite leg, and posterior chain work, which is the back of the body right back here. This is called the standing swimmer. You can go faster. I'm trying to get your heart rate up a little bit. If you want to work on your stabilization a little bit more, you can hold it like this, and say you're having a balance issue. Remember, you got your progressions. One hand, one finger to what? No hands at all. All right, remember that? So opposite arm, opposite leg hold if you need to hold on with one finger. If not, just do it like that. So that's your standing swimmer with progressions, with also having the chance to hold on to the chair if need be. Okay, the next exercise we're going to grab our weights. This next one is called the Lawnmower Pool. Okay, so we've been doing this one for years. It's an excellent exercise for the lats, actually. Right here on the back muscles, right up high here. Also known as the latissimus dorsi. So we're going to hold on with this part of the chair. This helps with stabilization of the lower back. Say you got like some back issues where it's hard for you to get down low like this and flatten out. It's good to get something up a little bit higher. See, like for instance, how this has got me lower and my back might be a little bit more flat, but because of it being a little bit more flat, it's creating more tension on my lower back. Well, another option I can do is go up higher. I can go to right here if that's easier on my back. But for right now, we're going to do this one, and I'm going to teach you something called a staggered stance. So say I'm pulling with my right hand. I'm going to put my right foot back, put my left hand on the chair, and that's giving me that stabilization I need again for my back, my lower back, and then I'm going to pull. I'm going to keep my shoulders square, and I'm going up and down. And if you really want to feel that more, what you can do, the muscle working, you can come up and squeeze and tighten that muscle up there, which is your lats on the side that you're doing. So I'm squeezing my right lat, and I'm holding it, and then down. Squeeze, and then down. Or if you just want to do it the regular way, just go up one, and then down one. Generally good 10 to 12 reps here are good. Yep, make sure you do both sides. So now I'm pulling with my left hand, which means my left hand will be back, my right hand on the chair. Keeping those shoulders square. Remember, hold and squeeze will also create more blood flow to the area. And then just up one and down one. Not as intense, but still working that muscle. And that's your single arm lawnmower pull, or dumbbell pull, whatever you want to call it. And then set our weights down. Let's go ahead and take it down to the chair. So now we're going to take these weights, make sure they're set off to the side here, because you want a safe workout environment. When you're stepping up and down, you always want to know where your weights are. Always push them off to the side. So now we're just going to go into a wide leg standard bodyweight squat. So when I'm going wide leg, hip width is right here. I'm going to go beyond hip width. And I'm also creating a 45 degree angle with my feet, which when I get up and down out of that chair, by doing that, it's going to hit more of my adductor complex, which is my inner thigh muscle, along with my quads, hamstrings and glutes firing at the same time. But by creating, hitting the adductors a little bit more, which is generally what I'm trying to do, you're gonna feel that area. And not always, but sometimes it'll be more intense than others. So what you're gonna wanna do is just make sure you look down. Sometimes you gotta square something to reference to that might be like a block or a tile on a 45-degree angle like we do over at the senior center, so it's pretty easy for us to really see when we're doing that 45. But for today, I'm just gonna eye it, and it's pretty simple. You just go for like this to about right here, and you're at 45. And we're just gonna do body weight squat, pressing through the heel. And we're gonna breathe out on the way up and then in on the way down. We're just gonna go for like 10 to 12 reps. And remember, always make sure you got a stable foundation for your chair when you are doing a chair squat. You could do this from a couch, you could do this from a stable bench or something. Make sure it's not sliding around, it's not on a slippery surface, because you know that thing comes out from underneath you. The last thing we want you to do is end up on the floor, okay? So always make sure it's stable and it's safe when you're getting down and up out of there. We'll go for like 5 more here. 3, 2, and 1. That's our wide leg squat with the 45-degree angle with the feet. All right, so we're gonna work a little bit more legs here. So we're gonna go on to this is what I call a leg curl. So what's nice about this one is you can really feel this one. Like when you're doing some other exercises, you may not feel them, but they're working those areas like your quads, your hamstrings and glutes may be firing at the same time. But this is called an isolation, like a single leg hamstring curl, which is an isolator. So you're really gonna feel it. So I'm gonna take my right foot behind the heel of my back foot about 10 to 12 inches. I'm gonna hold on to something up high, generally about this high, about just about hip height, or a little bit higher even, to really get a good grip on it, while I straighten this leg all the way, just like I'm doing here. I'm locking this leg out here, and I have a soft knee here, while I curl up and I point the toe, and I come down, like I said, about 10 to 12 inches from the heel of the front foot, the stabilizing foot. Curl and point. Curl and point. You really start to feel this one. This is an isolator. So again, I'm feeling that in the back of the leg, your hamstring. Well, and we'll generally do about 20 reps on these. And again, you want to really feel it more, you squeeze. By squeezing and flexing, you're going to create blood flow to the area, but you're going to get more isolation that way. All of a sudden you feel a cramp, back it off and switch to the next leg and maybe go back to it. Cramps aren't fun, they hurt. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Curl and point. All right, great. That finishes it off with our leg curl. So now we're going to grab these weights again, and we're going to go into something I call the shoulder shrug into the calf raise. So it just looks like this. Shoulder shrug, up, down, then calf raise. Up, down, and calf raise. So remember, when doing this exercise, by doing the shoulder shrug, you're working your lats, which your latissimus dorsi. When you look here, it's like a diamond right here. It starts way up here, helps protect that cervical area of the spine. And as you get older, you're older, you're more brittle. The spine isn't working as good as it once was. Having muscles that support the spine are even more important. So you're gonna really wanna keep that neck strong, and so these shoulder shrugs help. So up, down, then calf raise. And remember the calf raise, it works your calves right there. So here we go. Up, down, calf raise. Another thing it's called is a toe raise. You're just raising the toes, coming up onto your toes. So we generally do about 20 reps here. And there's no reason that shoulder shrugging, like don't go like this, just go straight up and straight down. There's more people irritate something when they're rolling their shoulders. So just stay with the straight up and down. All right, that's good with the shoulder raise into the calf raise there. So now we're going to go into our hammer curls now. Since we have our weights in our hand, we're going to do a single leg hammer curl into a shoulder raise with the knee coming up, press, just like that. So alternating hammer curl into a knee raise, into a shoulder raise. Just up with the hammer curl, the knee comes up at the same time, then up, then over with the arm. And remember, when you got a balance issue, put one of those weights down. It's better being safe. Hold on. Remember your progressions. One hand to one finger to none at all. You go back and forth. Generally 10 to 12 reps on these is good. Excellent for balance and stabilization of lower ankle complex, and in general just staying up on keeping your body more neuromuscular efficient as you age and you start to lose that. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. So now let's just go back and forth here. We're just like this, side to sides. This works our obliques, which is that love handle area. And this could be a timed exercise, say 30 seconds to a minute on these, or 20 back and forth. Okay, good. So I'm going to set those weights back down in the chair. I'm going to grab one of our exercise bands here. Okay, we're going to take this over the top of the back, just like so. See, it's better if you try to keep it flat so it don't bind up on your back. And grab it with the outer part of your palm like that. See that? Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go into a knee raise and a press at the same time. So it just looks like this. Almost like you're marching in place, but you're getting the lower body going at the same time with the upper body. So we're working our chest while getting some hip flexion going down there. We're stimulating blood flow through the entire body. So we're going to burn more calories too. About 20 to 25 reps is good on these. Or you can also do it as a time thing as well. 30 seconds to a minute. Feel it start burning. All right, excellent. So now we still got our band in our hand. We're going to go into a couple more band exercises here. We're going to go into something called the archer. So with our arm right out in front of us, just like that, fully extended, you're just going to grab that band while having tension on it at all times. And we're going to just go up high, just like so, up high while looking down the band. Just like you picture yourself pulling back a bow and arrow and getting ready to let that arrow fly. Elbow up high. Yep, in line with the cheekbone, just going back and forth. about 10 to 12 on each side. Again, this works your lats, the back muscles, that rear deltoid, and that subscapular area in the back there, right back here. Really feel it. Then you're gonna switch sides. When you're done with one side, just go to the other side. Elbow up high. All right, excellent. We're gonna still stick with this band. Okay, now we're gonna go into something I call a crisscross, or like we're making an X. Again, constant tension on the band. I'm gonna start to make an X. Okay, I'm going one way, and I'm going back the other way. Just back and forth. Trying to get these arms fully extended. I don't want to look like this when I'm doing it, because if that's the case, then I got another band over here. Generally, it's good to have a couple nearby. That one's harder, this is easier. So if that's the case, then I grab the easier band. Just going back and forth. Really feel that burn. Good 10 to 12 reps. And we can also do this one too, just straight out in front of you while bringing the shoulder blades together in the back. Another excellent exercise. This helps work that middle and upper trapezius region. If you get down lower, helps work the lower area, as well as the rear deltoids. It's an excellent exercise. You will totally start to feel the burn, just like I am right now. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and set that down. Let's grab our band again. Then we're going to step on it with our right foot and grab it with our right hand. And we're just going to go into our hammer curl with the band. Just like that. We'll stepping on it with our foot, make sure we got a good hold on it, because if not, the band can come up and smack you. You don't want that. So make sure you're getting a good step on it. Make sure you do both sides. Yeah, just get about 10 to 12 reps here. I'm not going to be finishing every set, but you know, when you're at home, I want you guys to be doing that. Sticking with it. Got a lot of exercises I'm going to be showing you here today. I'm hoping this helps you guys out a lot while staying safe at home. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab our weights again. Now this exercise can be done with or without weights. It's also known as a side step out. So just go like this. While we're stepping out, you'll feel more of a stretch with this back leg. This leg's in front of the front leg by about 6 inches. And when I'm stepping out, feel a stretch in the inner thigh there. And then I'm going to step back with this leg. Just going back and forth. Start to feel that stretch right here in this inner thigh, and then step back. Front leg, step back, leg to the front, step back. And both feet are facing in the same direction. See how I got both feet facing in the same direction? And that's called your side step out. The next one is called the 90-degree lunge. And generally with the 90-degree lunge, I do about the same amount of reps as I do with the side step out. So I'll do about 10 to 12 on each side. So we're going to demonstrate this. So this is the same thing, as about 10 to 12 as the side step out. But remember, I'm going through these exercises. That rep range, 10 to 12, is good for you guys at home. I'm just demonstrating to you guys how to do them. All right, so 90-degree lunge. So we go turn our leg like that, like we're going 90 degrees, and we step out. Make sure our knee doesn't go past the toe. We lift up the toe, then we come back to center. See? Strike with the heel, lift up the toe, then come back to center. We're going to about 10 to 12 on each side again. I'm going to show you guys about 5 on each side here. All right, excellent. We'll go to the other side. Great for balance and stabilization. Remember, say you guys feel a little bit unstable doing this, another way you can do it is just like this. Just have your chair right here nearby. See how I'm holding on to the back of the chair? And same with the other side. Just hold with the other hand. Always remember, when you're done with those weights, go and set them down. Okay, we're going to go into another exercise here. So we're going to grab our band again. And this one we're going to do is called, I call it like the gas pedals with the band here. So just like you're pressing on the gas inside the car, you just put that on the ball of your foot. So also let's know, always check the condition of the bands, guys. You know, all right, I'm looking at it, making sure there's no tears or rips in it. Because when you want to start creating tension on that band, you don't want that thing breaking and coming up and smacking you in the mouth. So just like this here, guys. Just like you're doing gas pedals. About 20 to 25 reps. Remember, if you get pulled over, don't tell the police officer that you learned this at the Livonia Strength Center, Senior Strength Training Center. It's not my fault. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Now, this is no all fun intended, though, guys. This is definitely a good exercise for strengthening the actual calf muscle. So right here, you know, in the lower ankle and the lower ankle complex. See what I'm doing too? See how I got tension on this band at all times? If I just let the band loose, look, you're not going to get nothing. So you want to keep tension. And see how I got both arms sitting back here? That's how I'm making that tougher while I'm doing these gas pedals. The next one, you're going to take the band and you're just going to go up underneath the legs, just like so. And take it up over the top, just like this, and create tension up top here, just like so. See how I'm doing that? I got one here and one here. So I got the tension at all times. I'm going to keep the feet together at the bottom, and I'm just going to open my legs and then close them. So what's nice about this is I'm working that gluteus medius area again. You know, right on the side of that butt there. Really helps tone that area. An excellent exercise you can do while sitting down, you know, watching some TV, chilling out at home. All right, excellent. Now the next one is called a single leg band press. So just like this. So you're going to go single leg press with the band press. So just going to put your band right on that heel. See how I have it on the heel there? And again, I am constantly creating tension to make this tougher. So I'm going to come up and then down. Single leg band press, just like so. A good rep range is roughly around 20 on each leg. Always check your condition. This is one where you're going to have more tension on it than others because you're working that leg, the entire leg. Make sure you do both sides. All right, great job on that one, guys. All right, so now we're gonna go into something I call Jack the Lane kickback. So you're just gonna hold on to something up high or a chair or whatnot so you can get some stabilization while you're doing this high leg, just like this here. Just going back and forth. Make sure you got a stable surface or something you're holding on to. Something, a chair that's not gonna slide around or tip back on you. The straighter the leg, the better. You're going to feel that in your glutes more than anything. All right, great. How you guys feeling so far? I hope you're feeling pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and grab on those triceps. Now we're going to hit those kickbacks. Remember those triceps right there, right in the back of that arm there. That's where you're working. So just like this here. See, the thing you remember when you're doing that tricep kickback is you don't want that arm floating on you. You want it to be in close. Just like this, while your arms are up along your sides, and you don't want this going on when you're doing it. You just want it being still and stable. Another way you can do them is you can do this. You can wing it out in the back. Get even more of a burn. So just like that. So that's known as your tricep kickbacks. Okay, we're going to pick up our band again here. Next one we're going to do is called the low arm roll, or also known as a band lawnmower pull. So you're going to go and step on it with your left foot and grab it with your right arm. Grab that band down low. See, I got tension on it at all times. And then what I'm going to do is staggered stance. See, I'm going from here to here, and I'm just pulling. Elbow up high. Not like this, no. When you're pulling, elbow up high. So you're really hitting that muscle, those lats, way up high there. Okay? Do about 10 to 12 on each side, some good reps. Just get the elbows up high. Keeping tension on the band at all times. Great job, guys. That's your band lawnmower pull. That's excellent exercise right there. I like that one. Go ahead and set those down. Okay, now we're just going to go into some wide leg, just like this. We're just going to go down, just like so, and just hover, just like this. Make sure, if you have a hard time hovering, just going down that low, just hover a little bit, just like this. And make sure you got your chair nearby, or you have something to hold on to in case you feel like you're going to lose your balance. Just hold that for like 10 seconds, and then stand up. Just go like 10 seconds on, then 20 seconds off, and do it for another 10 seconds. You know, hold it for 10. Make sure you got your watch. Right here I got my little stopwatch. You can have a timer. You can have your clock you're looking at in the kitchen, the living room, whatnot. You just go down and hold it. And say you're better than most at your age or whatnot, so you challenge yourself a little bit more. So just get down a little bit lower. No more than parallel to the floor though. See? So it's not necessary for the knees, okay? So another one you can do is you can do just your standard body weight squat, which just looks like so. So we're just gonna take our hands like this, and we're just gonna kick our butt back, going down, then come up and then flex the glutes at the top. So down, then up and flex the glutes at the top. Body weight squat, hands come up, because it helps counterbalance your weight into your heels. So kick it back. up, and flex those glutes at the top. That's another excellent one you can do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our weights again. We're going to go into something I call the Arnold Press. So we'll take it down to the chair, take the weights just like so, and we're going to come up and then over, just like that. Just up and then over. Up and then over. See how I'm starting right here? Palms in to palms out. Just like that. All right, that's great. All right, well, that concludes our exercises up top here. Now we're going to take it down to the floor. So we're going to always take our weights down there with us, so we're not reaching and grabbing behind us. And then what we're going to start off with is down onto our forearms into something I call the glute kickbacks. So just like this, driving that heel up. You want to feel it more, you can flex the glute at the top, tightening it, just like that. And do about 20 reps on each side. Remember, driving that heel up in there. And some of you guys out there have been doing this a while. You can do definitely a heck of a lot more reps. Challenge yourself. Make sure you squeeze it at the top. Remember, it's time under tension. So the next exercise we're going to do is this one right here. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg hold. So just like this here, you can be up on your hand. Some people like to be down on their forearm, whatever makes you feel more comfortable, but just hold it. So you could do a 45-minute, 30-second hold, 30-second hold, 45-second hold, 1-minute hold, whatever you think, and challenge yourself. Remember, you're on the floor. It's really safe. Give it a go, see what you're capable of doing. Make sure you do both sides. Try to keep that leg straighter. Try not to have it down like this. Do your best. Hand out in front of you, while keeping the butt tight up top here at the same time. This helps work the back of the body, which is the posterior chain. Helps with core stability and stabilization. Okay, now that we're done with that one, we're going to go into something I call the swimmer. It's alternating arm while laying face down, just like this here. Just going back and forth. Opposite arm, opposite leg coming up and down. And generally here in the class, we'll have you do roughly a minute on that swimmer. Well, that's good for now on that one. So now we're going to roll it over on our side now. We're going to go into our side crunch. So single leg side crunch. Just have this arm out to the side like so, almost like you're laying down, getting ready to take a nap. And you just come up. Working those love handles there, that area right on the side there, those obliques. It's going up and down. Generally about 10 to 20 reps on each side on those. Doing both sides. Awesome. I hope you guys are getting this so far. I'm rolling through these exercises. I'm just demonstrating you proper form. You guys can adjust it to the reps that work best for you so you don't get tired. And you kind of can work up and build yourself up as you're going along. Remember, sitting around isn't so good, so you want to get up and move. So let's go ahead and roll it over on our back. let's go in our pelvic thrust up and down. So just like this here, we'll do this one generally for about 30 seconds. And from a pelvic thrust, another thing we do is called a hip raise. You can also put a weight up on top of your lumbo-pelvic hip complex there on top of your hips, and you can just go up and hold it, also known as like a yoga bridge. Hold at the time that's challenging for you. Usually a minute is generally what we do in class, but you can do what you can. After you're done with the minute, go ahead and bring it on down. Go ahead and grab those weights. You got them close nearby. Okay, now we're gonna go into something I call a dumbbell pullover. So you're gonna take the weights like so. You can put them together up top if you want, this way. Kind of tap that floor behind you. Just get your get your arms more extended. You're going to feel that stretch in that upper back, which is right here, and those lats. Once you feel that stretch as you're going back, you pull it back. You'll feel it. And another variation you could do is you could hold the weights like this. Instead of like this, you could hold them like that. This one's going to feel even tougher. Just down and then up. Now, right from there, we're going to go into a compound set. So we're going to work our back muscles right into our chest. We're going to go right into our chest. So we're working opposing muscle groups. So let's go ahead and grab our weights up top here like we have, and we're just going to go into a dumbbell press. Going down and up. See, I'm not touching them together. It's not necessary. So you don't want to touch them together. You don't want to break the tension on the muscle. So down 1, 2, up 1. So that was your dumbbell press. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hold the weights right here, right in the middle, just like that, holding it in the middle of my chest, just going down and up. See, this one isolates more of the triceps, the back of the arm, and hits more of the inner part of my chest. So what I'm trying to do here, by keeping my arms in close and not letting them wing off to the side, I'm trying to isolate my triceps even more. So a good way of doing that is just feeling your arms rub on the side as you're going down and up. See how I'm doing right there? Also known like an inner dumbbell press. Here's another variation you could do with the dumbbell press as well. You can, the regular dumbbell press, you could do alternating arm dumbbell press. Another way you could do is you could set an arm down and do one arm at a time, because it's going to want to feel like it's pulling you over more, and you got to stabilize more with the core. So that's another excellent way of doing it. So now that we're done with that one, we're going to show you another one. This is called the fly. It's out to the side. So down and then up. A lot of good variations you could do it from the house. From the comfort of your own living room. Let's grab a few dumbbells and go at it. Good rep range again, man. Just keep them 10 to 12. You guys are doing awesome. I know you guys are going to be working it and keeping yourself in shape. All right, so go ahead and put your hands up on your thighs. We're going to go into something I call the clapper crunch. We're right down in the position we need to be. So you're going to slide your hands up to the top of the knees and you just clap. Just like that. See how it puts me in that position where I'm really feeling those abs working. And do what you can. Generally, we do more than 25 reps on these. That's called the clapper crunch. Another one here is called a crossover crunch. What I like to do here is also just give yourself stabilization of the neck. You can put both hands right here or one hand right here, and you're coming opposite elbow towards the opposite knee, just like this. And really feel the muscle working. You can feel it. It's gonna be like 10 on each side. Do what you can. Maybe you're a person that could do 20. It's all based on the individual. You just do what you can. But regardless, you're doing a good job by just getting in here and exercising and doing some of these exercises I showed you today. Will definitely help your quality of life if you do them on a regular basis. All right, so now the next one I call is the bow to the knee crunch. Just looks like this here. You reach back, shoulders come up with the knee, just going back and forth. Yeah, usually we do somewhere between 10 and 20, but just do what you can. 10 and 20 on each side. All right, the next one we're gonna go to is our standard crunch, which just looks like this: legs up in tabletop, elbows flat. Remember, don't interlock your fingers behind your head, just support your head. No interlocking going on. So elbows flat, chin to the ceiling, legs up in tabletop. As I'm looking up, I can't see my elbows with my peripheral vision. My chin's up high, I got that space between my chin and my neck. Just do what you can. Stomach's probably really burning by now. Well, excellent job, guys. That concludes our strength training workout. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back and we'll go into some stretching. Hello, and welcome back to Maximum Fitness. I know we went over a lot today, but I'm confident you can handle it, and I wanted to give you some options. So let's finish off with a good stretch. Start off with our neck. Let's take it to the right. Remember, good static stretch, 10 to 20 second hold on each side, and switch to the other side. And chin to the floor. And look up, chin to the ceiling. Good, now let's work it down to the shoulders. You take that shoulder across the body, bring that arm in, bring that shoulder in close. Good 10 to 20 second hold on each side. And switch sides. And switch it to the triceps now. See, I take that arm up high, grab the back of the elbow, and just pull down on it. Really feel that stretch on the back of that arm. And switch sides. Good, and take it streamline all the way up. Feel that stretch in your back muscles there, your lats. And take it to the left. And then to the right. Then open up those palms. Bring the shoulder blades together in the back. Push that chest out. Let's go ahead and stretch our fingers out. Pull back on those fingers. And switch sides. And take the tops of the hands with the elbows kind of trying to point them downward if you can. Feel that stretch in the top of the wrist. Then against each palm. The elbows pointing upward, almost like you're praying. And take your fingers like this, and then shake it out. Let's go into some shoulder rotations. I call this the pitcher stretch. If you ever watched a baseball game, you see what I'm talking about. Out 3 times both ways on both arms. And that's working on down to our hips now. 3 rotations both ways, really get those synovial fluids going, which is the lubricating fluids, self-lubricating fluids in the human body. It's like the WD-40 for all our joints. So let's go ahead and reach it on down and stretch our quads out. Remember, you may need to hold on to something here. If you need your chair, it's fine for balance. A lot of you are going to need something to hold on to, that's fine. Stretch those quads out. Switch sides. And working on down, let's go ahead and do a couple variations of stretching those hamstrings out. Just put that leg, fully extend that leg, lift that toe up, reach down, grab that toe, pull up on it. You really feel the back of that leg and that calf stretching at the same time. The straighter, the more intense of a stretch you're going to get. Switch sides. And then let's reach down and stretch those hamstrings out. Just go down. While keeping those legs straighter, the better. And that concludes our strength training workout. I hope this helps you guys. Be safe. My name is Jeremy Dahlm, and thanks for joining me. Make it a great and healthy day.